why we're here for whoever happens to come on. There, I guess we're live. Hey, everybody. Susan Batchelder here. We are gathered here together on this panel. We are in launch, awaiting launch, stalled in launch, and it's all fun. So we're kind of hanging out and getting to know each other and chatting. So we thought we'd go live so that we can share some of it with you guys. I am going to try to introduce the panel, some of these people I just met tonight. So let's go. I don't know that the panel will show in a different order than you see. So when I talk about you guys, hopefully I get your names right. But when I talk about you, can you just wave and say hello? And then maybe everybody could just tell a little bit about yourself or why you're excited to be here with the Recycler and whatever you feel like sharing. Casual tonight. So right beside me I have Tammy. First time I met Tammy tonight, and I'm quite thrilled. So Tammy, want to wave, say hello?
Hey everyone, how's it going tonight? Yeah, we're excited about the Recycler. We're trying like crazy to not bite our fingernails off here, but you know, it's just really one of those things that you have to have a little bit of patience. You know, patience is a virtue. It's gonna happen. We just are kind of just standing by and having kind of like a little Google Hangout party. So a little bit about myself. I actually do work full time online. So I look at this as a multiple stream of income for myself and my family. And you know, right now I actually have my kids actually involved in my business too. So that's really fun. So I'm probably make sure that one of the kids kind of helps me with this one too to get up and running. But so yeah, I'm excited, and a lot of my team is here on this Google Hangout, which is really awesome. So yeah, we're just really excited. It's kind of like one of those almost like a, what is it, like a Black Friday kind of event where we just kind of hang out and pitch a tent and see when it's going to actually happen. So when they open the doors, so to speak. So, but yeah, the business, it looks like it's very promising. What they have as far as the tools and everything like that. I'm really excited to, because I'm almost like a fanatic when it comes to, oh no, another tool, I got to get it. So that's the reason why I'm actually excited about this program here, especially, and the money, of course. That's always a key.
Well, it does have a really powerful pay plan behind that product, doesn't it?
It sure does. Yeah, I just found out about this a little while ago, and then just started kind of putting the word out there. And looks like it's going to happen fast as far as you know, the pay plan goes from what I've been hearing. So yeah, $200 for the one level, and then the other level, what is it, 200, Susan, for the one? I have it wrote down here somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the final profit is 2,200.
2,200. Nice tiny little, not little, huh? It's like a small ticket, but it goes into a big ticket.
Exactly. Yeah. How cool is that?
That's really cool. Leveraging other people to get to that point. That's what I think is pretty cool about it. You know, it's pretty ingenious actually when you think about it, how the owners set that up.
Yeah.
So.
And I really like that they took out the jump feature, and it's just going to help the flow a lot more, and the follow your sponsor. So we'll be pushing others through and pulling others through. So it's just going to increase the momentum, I think.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I like that a lot.
Really?
Some of the terms might be foreign to some people, but like you say, I think it was Michael that said you earn as you learn. That's what it was.
Yeah. Either way, thank you for sharing that, Tammy. It's kind of exciting to get to know you, and I know that you bring a lot of value to us as a whole, as a team, and bringing your team in. So it's going to be awesome to get to know everybody.
Absolutely, I'm looking forward to it. I love training.
Me too. And learning.
Yes, absolutely.
So, on to Michael. Speaking of love, training, and earning and learning. Yes.
I was good because I really, Tammy, everything that just came out of your mouth, I'm so excited that I heard all of that come out of your mouth. The fact that you love training, the earning and learning, I mean, everything you just said, because, like, you know, we're just meeting tonight for the first time, and, you know, Susan and I have been building this similar vision for a while, and the pieces that you've already described that you're bringing in are so completely different. Yet they overlap, but they're completely different than what we've been working on, that together it creates an even stronger foundation that we can bring into this team. So, and the whole vision of this team, you know, the Top Racers, is that it's not just about selling Race Cycler, it's about helping others sell whatever their vision is and brand themselves in that process. So it's so cool. And that's, you know, initially why I'm here. For those who are watching, that's it. I was just so super excited about what I heard come out of Tammy's mouth. I had to just go on to that. So that's all I got. I'm excited to be here. I'm just ready to get going. Let's do this.
Okay, what I miss?
Oh, so much. You're not going to believe it.
No, my fucking internet. Good Lord. Oh, man.
Are you in yet?
No, I just been refreshing. My internet went out for the last, however long I've been gone. My internet was just crashed on me. Couldn't get it back up, so I'm using this hotspot on this damn phone. I was like, no, this shit can't be happening right now.
Oh my gosh! And you're like, oh my god, they're waiting for my link. They're waiting for my link.
I was freaking, man. So yeah.
Whoever lives closest to Jason drives over to him.
Yeah. Well, we just went live like maybe 10 minutes ago, Jason. So far, Tammy has talked a little bit about herself, and Michael talked a little bit about himself. So do you want to talk a bit about yourself, or are you going to go try to refresh again, or?
No, I'd rather hear everybody else's, man.
Okay.
I'm stressed out right now.
Okay. Who wants to talk next? Mary Beth, do you? We can see that you're up here, but do you have enough connection that can you speak? Or?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you see me at all, or?
No, I can't see your video.
No. Oh, okay. I'm here though. I mean, I can see everybody and hear everybody. So yeah, I'm happy to just be here, and I think this is a phenomenal opportunity. I've been following it all week, and I finally, decided to really take the big plunge yesterday. Tammy inboxed me. It was just really kind of ironic because I was really looking at this and looking for, the right person, the right team, and it all just kind of unfolded very late last night, wee hours of the morning, and I've just been following along since early this morning and just waiting like everybody else for the big launch, and I think it's just going to be a phenomenal opportunity. I think it's going to help a lot of people, change a lot of people's lives, and, I couldn't be more excited. I got to know Tammy a couple years ago. I've been in some programs with her. We work well together, and I think we're all in, the right place at the right time, and I think we're all, more than excited to get this thing kicked off. So great timing.
Yeah, absolutely. We chatted until I think it was 3 o'clock in the morning last night.
Yeah, we sure did. We sure did. That's pretty wild, but it's exciting.
Absolutely.
I was on most of the live calls today. I think each one had a little bit of a different spin and twist, and I think I got something new out of every one. So I think that was really beneficial because at least I can explain this to my people now. I have a much better idea of the concept, the whole opportunity, and I'm just super excited.
Yeah, you got quite a few people already, don't you, Mary Beth?
I do. Yeah. I'm excited, yet I'm nervous because I kind of told all these people it was going to launch somewhere between 9 and 10, and I just have a lot of people waiting in the wings.
Yeah, exactly. Same here, that's for sure. Yeah, that's one of the things that sometimes just us as, doing this for a little bit longer than most. Of course, I've been self-employed for 26 years, so this doesn't even faze me. I've opened restaurants. I've opened mortgage broker business and stuff like that. So a program like this, of course, is, I'm just like, hey, you know what, it's going to happen type thing. But yeah, I know what you're saying. Some of these people are just chomping at the bit and they're ready to go. So. I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will thank you after after the fact, and once it gets up and running, I'm sure
Oh
they will.
yeah, I've just been emailing people, texting people, talking to people. The calls seem to really be very, very effective throughout the day. They seem to really do the job. I mean, it's like I didn't have to really answer any questions, explain anything. I was just inviting people to the calls, and they kind of felt the, momentum, and they were ready to get going.
That's good. Yeah, that's really good. I think having the calls last year, I was explaining early on, but having a blitz kind of call like that, where you can, I actually asked Mary Beth, hey, what's that call number? She has been following this so closely, and she's like, I was actually at Applebee's, and Mary Beth's like, yeah, Tammy, hey, it's happening right now at 5 and then at 7, and I'm like, oh, really, really? So here I'm inboxing, I think Lawrence, he's not on. And then Glenn saw it in the Facebook group, and then he texted me, but I wasn't able to get Glenn on any of the live ones. But yeah, it's really effective to have those calls that do all the telling and selling. That's what I love. I cannot stand telling and selling, and I don't think anybody else likes doing it. So it's just like, hey, check this out. Send them that call number, and let the rest take over, right?
Exactly, and I think they did a really good job of any changes or the updates, whereas I've been in some launches and you've got thousands of people sitting there wondering, and the owners or the founders are not sharing frequent updates, and the unknown is always what makes people more skeptical, more fearful, and just crazy things happen when there's a lot of unknown facts. So I think that's a big part of what made this week go as smooth as it has, even this evening, as there's been some slowdowns and they've had to pause the site. They're right away letting us know, and that's really impressive, I think, on their part.
Yeah, exactly. The owner is actually, in the Facebook group, hanging out and posting and stuff. So that's really cool.
Yeah. People just want to know what's going on.
Right.
Absolutely.
So it was really nice to meet you, Mary Beth. We actually have...
Oh, yeah, likewise.
We have a common friend, excuse me, and marketer, Todd Dowell.
Oh, yeah, Todd and I go back about 2-3 years.
Yeah.
I followed him for a while, and I've plugged into his ad agency of Solo Ads, which I've gotten a lot of traction, a lot of, sales, list building through him. So his stuff definitely works.
Definitely.
The products he's launched and how to build a, quick, effective list, and I've learned a lot from the guy. So yeah, he's been beneficial, I think, to a lot of people.
Yeah, he sure has. So who wants to speak next? Is Heidi? Are you still there? I see the picture, but I don't see Heidi.
Did she fall asleep?
Oh, I see her.
Heidi, hello.
She's waving to us.
I think she's muted.
Yeah.
Oh, she's muted. Yeah.
You can unmute at the top, Heidi. You scroll up to the top, a little box will appear, and then there's a microphone. There you go.
Am I unmuted?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Heidi.
Hi, Heidi.
Hi, Glenn. Hi, Tammy.
Hey, Heidi.
Hey, everybody. Hi, Mary Beth.
Oh, hi, Heidi.
Hi, Heidi.
I'm about to fall asleep, guys.
If you feel like talking, but if you're too tired, you don't have to talk yourself.
Oh, I'm just going to say hi to everybody. I don't have a lot to say. I'm waiting like everybody else.
Thought you fell asleep.
I'm about to. Way past my bedtime.
Heidi's my trooper. Heidi and I met at the beginning of this year, and I'm telling you, we just have, built this friendship that she's just my pal. We always have fun talking and stuff like that, don't we, Heidi?
Yes, we do. I just copy you. I try.
She does.
I'm going to copy you big time soon.
She's good at copying, that's right. That's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't even know what a URL was when I started in this little business.
She's actually
a long way.
You are
Now
what?
she knows what a capture page is, how to forward the capture page, and this lady is like amazing.
Yeah, I'm learning, finally.
She is. And she comes to all the calls. I have to just mention that. She comes to every single training, and she'll miss one training, that's for sure.
Well, that's because they're so good, Tammy. Because you get
Thank
something
you.
out of every one. It's not a rah-rah hoopla call, it's a real call.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Heidi. That's sweet of you.
You're welcome, it's true. Isn't it, guys?
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
absolutely, absolutely.
So, Tammy, do you do regular calls then? That's the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah, I do training calls once a week for my team.
So, I'm sorry, hold on. Motorcycles. What do you do?
Oh yeah, it's a little bit of feedback here. I usually do one training call every week for my team, and you just plug in, and I usually have about 20 to 30 people on the call, and I ask them if they have any questions, marketing questions for me, and I just kind of go over any strategies that I'm currently, working with, or what solo ads are working, or whatever, and what capture page is converting really, really well, and that's pretty much what I do. There's only really three steps to getting a lead, and I always tell people, you focus 90% of your business. 90% of your business is lead generation. So Mary Beth and I come from just the background of internet marketing, and we've worked with the same gentleman for going on 3 years now. So so we kind of just combine that. So I have Mary Beth on. Sometimes I just had Alfonso on. We actually just did a special training and did walkthrough of step-by-step setup of how to put Craigslist ads on Craigslist Live. So that's Alfonso. He's the Craigslist guru. So I have, it's a team. It's literally a team of people, like you said, that we have different specialties. So I'm a video marketer. I love talking about video marketing and how to get them ranked and stuff like that on YouTube, and then I have other people peppered throughout my big team that I built that have different strategies. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do, and I love what's coming out of your mouth right now. That's all I gotta say. You fit so perfectly with. I'm just excited because I didn't know I would meet you today and you would be a part of us, and this is really exciting because that's just a whole different angle. Susan and I are also big video marketer type people, and so it's it's stuff we've talked about. I've tried an experiment recently where because I made 3 videos for Race Cycler, and I thought, okay, I'll cut these. I keyworded them. I put it all in the right places and whatnot. And I thought, you know what? Let me see what happens if I go to my friends and say, hey guys, can you please just go here and comment on this video and use any of these following keywords? And everybody did it. So I only did like 8, probably maybe 4 to 8 on each one from my friends. And these videos are getting found out of control. So just the fact that you're talking about video marketing, I love it. Because it's just
that's great.
Everything's shifting to video, and this team that we're building here that's coming to fruition right now on this panel, it's just what we're going to be able to provide for people so that they can succeed in whatever business they're promoting. It's going to be phenomenal, and they're going to get paid to learn with us.
Right.
It's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the biggest thing is once you get your video done, and I think everybody on this panel should get one done tomorrow about Race Cycler so that we can start getting it built, and I'm sure probably some people already have them, but that's what my plan is to do that, and like I said, have a nice converting capture page I usually do video on my capture pages, but now I've kind of got it fine-tuned to where just having like maybe a branding, like a picture of myself and my family or something, and then a simple little, area for their email address, and then just drive them to whatever funnel system. Jason, I think, said is working on a funnel system, so that'll work really, really well. Having that put together. So.
Yeah.
Duplicatable. That's what you want. You want something duplicatable so that people don't have to focus so much on putting and working on their marketing system, because what you want to do is you want to get people in. You don't want to spend so much time on the actual marketing system.
Exactly.
Yeah, and the faster that everybody can get to in the profit phase of it, the more dedicated they'll be, and the more they'll go out and share it with other people. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and two, RaceCycler is something that we're going to be able to easily share offline. It is an online tool, but because of what it does, it's going to be, I could go out to a bar in the city and be talking to people and then go, what do you do? And I go, I do this. And like, does that make you money? I just made this much yesterday. And they go, no, you didn't. I'm like, yeah. And I made this much last week. And they're like, nuh-uh. And because everybody works so much here, and they make good money, but not like that. Not that easy. And you can go, yeah. And they're like, how? This? And you invite 2 people. Are you kidding? No.
That's funny. It's true, though.
Right. So it's like, and they're like, I'm in. Because $230 to someone who drops that much on drugs and alcohol is nothing.
Especially in the
really
city.
broke it down.
Yeah, New York City. Yep.
So it's just an easy, and it's a one-time thing.
Yeah, I think that's the big difference right there. So many people get sick and tired of that monthly, that auto ship kind of thing.
Right. So what is Glenn? What do you do, Glenn? What's your story? How did you find?
What's your story, Glenn?
What's going on over there? Your first Google Hangout?
Yes, it is. I've been involved with MLMs, offline for most of my life, but this is my first time online, and it's cool to be. I actually went out to NES 5, which is No Excuses Summit 5 with Annette and Tammy, and it's nice to virtually meet everybody, and it's pretty neat technology. I just have to figure it out, but once you figure it out, it's really neat. And good to see Alfonso. He did killer training last night. Yeah, in 2.5 hours. I'm going to be up 24 hours, so I'm lagging, but hanging in there. I'm from California. I don't know where everybody else is hanging out.
Yeah, we got to meet in Las Vegas. Glenn drove. Gosh, you left and you drove like 9, what was it, like 9, 10 hours just to get to the No Excuses event, and you made it. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was a good experience.
Yep.
I'm from Canada up here.
Oh, you're way up there.
Yeah.
What part of Canada?
Saskatchewan, Canada. So straight north of North Dakota in the prairies.
All right.
I'm in the city though, or Brooklyn.
New York?
Yeah, Michael's in Brooklyn.
Oh, Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Alfonso's in near Richmond.
Fredericksburg, yeah.
Fredericks. Yeah.
Fredericksburg, yeah.
Yeah, let's hear from Alfonso.
Okay. Well, I'm Alfonso Jones. People call me Mr. Relentless. The biggest thing about it, obviously we have an awesome panel. Everybody's sharing their stories. Everybody's sharing what they're all about. Just to be able to connect with people, like-minded people that are looking to go somewhere and looking to make something happen, that's a value in itself, because we are the 5 people that we surround ourselves with. And if that's the case in this panel, well, we're very wealthy because there's a lot of value in here. We're about to do some big things. But for those of you that are not in the panel that are watching, all I want to say is I'm not a hypey person. I just get real excited about things I'm passionate about. And, I just really have to say that this is about to be the most phenomenal thing that you've ever been a part of. If you've never been a part of a cycler, for just 2 people, you're completely, absolutely changing your financial future. And it all starts with just taking action. Like you just heard different people talk about the value that they're bringing. I'm going to share, Craigslist and how to make things happen with that. Tammy just has a ton of value. All these people here just have a ton of value that you can apply not only in the cycler, but in any business that you do. So that in itself, on top of the tools, on top of the fact for just 2 people, you can make 2, 4, 10, 20,000. Ladies and gentlemen, it's quite simple what choice you should make. So I don't really need to hype it up. I don't really need to talk about crazy stuff. All I need to say is you just need to get in and just make something happen. There's 3 types of people. My friend Cedric Harris says this all the time. People that make it happen, people that watch it happen, and people that say, what the heck just happened? Look, I don't want you to be those other 2 types of people. Just be the person that makes it happen, takes action, and you'll be good to go.
Absolutely. I love it when Alfonso talks. Let me tell you, this guy has so much energy and motivation. I love working with him.
I am so excited to meet you guys.
Isn't he awesome? Glenn's awesome. Heidi's awesome. I love all my people.
This is a good group.
Hey, one thing I got to say is when I got started in online marketing, I knew who were my real friends, who supported me, and who were not my friends. Because a lot of friends that I thought were friends, I start getting involved with this, and they're like, "What are you doing? What are you doing that for?" And all of a sudden, there's a new person there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nice to hang out with people, like-minded people, and I love this. What was it? Google Hangout. Pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think entrepreneurs are a different kind of breed of person, I mean, it's you got to have, what do they say, you got to stick together, yeah, because we don't go punch a time clock and, in what I call the matrix. We don't work in the matrix, so we're definitely different kind of people. We want our freedom. We want time freedom and financial freedom. That's what it's all about. So we can be home with our kids if we want to be,
Right.
And homeschool. Hey, Glenn, Susan homeschools. I just found out tonight. Isn't that awesome?
Oh,
I'm not sure if you were on to hear that or not. I think they're so cool. Yes, so many people are starting to do that more and more.
It is growing more.
It is. Millions are doing this now, I guess.
Yeah.
I might be next.
All right.
All right.
I have a 5-year-old. She's going to go to kindergarten in about 6 days.
Ah.
But I don't know. Start getting into the other more influenceable grades where I might start thinking about homeschooling. I don't know.
Yeah.
It is a big, it's a big endeavor, and yet to me, I was really solid with my decision because their education is so important to their beginning of their adult life, and I don't take that lightly. So when we send them off to school, sometimes we don't really know what they're learning all day and kind of the after effect of what that's going to be later. My only regret was that, especially with my son, that I waited as long as I did with caution. I was too cautious to decide, so I didn't start until he was in grade 9. And it would have probably been better to start in about grade 7, because that's when kind of just the way the system was and where it started affecting him.
Yeah, me too. When Robbie got into 9th grade, same thing happened. He started getting bullying, and that was when we moved back here to New York, into this small little community where we live. And it's, I agree with you. Same thing. I should have pulled him out when he was in 7th grade. He would have never went through that horrible emotional roller coaster,
Yeah. Yeah, we're still, it's much better now, the last 6 or 8 months, but we were still kind of, stepping back every once in a while and doing some repair from some of that time. So, yeah, I encourage anybody to do it.
I'm just curious from you guys, because you guys obviously go through it and, you guys understand the process. What are your thoughts? Because I'm really curious. What are your thoughts really on the fact that the social aspect of it, I understand your points of view. Actually, are very good points. But the social aspect of it, what are your thoughts and opinions on that aspect? I mean, Tammy, I know your situation of what happened, but missing out on that social aspect to where they're able to build those relationships and stuff like that throughout high school and those different events and things of that nature. I'm just curious about that because I've always thought about homeschooling.
Yeah, that's actually a really good question because learning to socialize is super important right from childhood. So there's a few different options that you can do. And because homeschooling is getting more and more common, there's homeschool groups, and homeschool communities, and homeschool associations. So you can really easily tap into those communities if you choose to. And they have regular gatherings pretty much every day where they go swimming on this day, and where they do some sort of specific art program for an entire week, and so that you go and do your art as a group in the homeschool style setting. So there's lots of different ideas that you can choose to do with that. My son, because I started him later, he already had his collection of friends, and then he's really passionate about driving and cars. So he's got a whole group of kind of car fanatics, and they're actually all older than him. So he socializes in a few different circles by choice. Because he's outgoing, so that's a little bit easier. Whereas if you had kind of a more introverted or shy child, I guess you would have to be very specific to your choices for that to make sure that you get them into a social environment for them to learn from. Lots of options, though.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. And my daughter, I actually, I sneakily homeschool her all the time, so I'm always like infusing her. I don't call it school, so she is very cooperative with it. So we do homeschooling sneakily, and she laughs because she'll always hear me on my Hangouts, and I'll talk about it, and she's like, "Ah, you're doing it again, Mom." So she's aware, but I don't tell her in the moment, and then that's how she engages. But anyway, she's still in the school system, and that's because she's just got a different experience, and she's more laid back, so she doesn't let the structure of the system bother her, and she essentially goes to school to socialize. But she and sometimes, unfortunately, she's just like me. She can't be dishonest, even though it's probably socially appropriate. So she even tells the teacher things that she maybe shouldn't. Like, my mom teaches me at home anyway, so I'm not really worried. So anyway, it's probably not socially appropriate to tell your teacher that, but anyway.
Oh, awesome.
Sorry, you get me talking about a topic that I'm all passionate about, and I can go on forever.
Listen, I mean, everybody on here, we're passionate about something. That's why we do it, not for the money, but for what it can give us, that time freedom, that ability to homeschool, the ability to do a lot of things that we want to do. So we're all on here at 1:30 in the morning for that reason.
Yeah, obviously we got some sort of crazy passionate thing going on for something.
What's this?
I guess Jason fell off.
Yes, he did. I'm going to see.
Tammy's on the ground. Or, no, Heidi's on the ground. Oh, there she is. So how about cyclers? Not real familiar with them. Anybody have any idea the ins and outs of a cycler?
I'm pretty new to them myself, just to, start up that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
From what it sounds like, though, I really like it. And then once I started learning about what other cyclers were, like other ones that are out there that I've actually heard of, I went, oh, so that's what that is. Cyclers that are producing massive checks, where I'm going, wow, what the hell is that? Because I never knew what it was. And now that I know that that's a cycler and that this one's a more simple version of that, without the technical, like we have no jumping here, I'm super excited to see what happens with ours, just for the fact that, it's about bringing people in. It's the vision that I have to kind of think about is there's 10 people at the top. So there's 10 spots. So that push everybody through 10 spots, essentially, right, Susan? Or no? Or is that just how it starts? Do you freeze?
I think people are getting kicked out.
People are getting kicked out?
Lost Tammy.
Tammy lost her connection. I think she lost her connection. Yep, she's back.
Did I come back?
Yep.
So, Susan, is there
A major thunder and lightning storm going on here.
but you know what, Glenn? You know what? I'm not thinking right. But anyway, it's you've got all these people bringing people in, and then as people bring people in, you always follow your leader. So it's only pushes you through so many spaces. So I mean, granted, it is still about bringing people in all the time. So is it the long-term strategy of the residual income? No. But to get things moving and be able to get stuff going, I think it's a great opportunity. That's the only thing I'm looking at it as right now. I don't know if that's helpful.
I know about recycling. I don't know about cycling.
Yeah, I don't know, because cycling money. I wish Jason, he's not back. He's still in that same smile position.
Holy. Did you guys hear that?
No.
Oh,
What's that?
super loud thunder.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, so what do you know about cyclers, Susan? Glenn is wondering.
I specifically avoided cyclers this whole time, and not because I didn't want to or was against them per se, or that I didn't understand them. In fact, I kind of studied them because they made me curious. So I don't know very much about them as far as being in one, because I've always chosen to not be in one. And the reason is because my strength, my strong point, has never been recruiting. And I think really to make a cycler work, typically that you really need to be able to recruit a lot of people, because that's what keeps the momentum. This cycler is unique in that because they've done some innovative things, and by taking out the jump feature and the follow your sponsor feature, it's a whole different cycler altogether. And yeah, so I'm fine to be here. I understand how the boards work, and I'm really looking forward to seeing them work. And I hear that some people have used the product that they're using for part of the product, the capture page and squeeze page, and I hear everybody really likes that. So having a solid product as what people are purchasing to come in, so it shouldn't be hard. It shouldn't be a hard sell at all.
Have we heard about the products then? Like, do we know what it
Yeah.
looks like?
Part of it, not what it looks like. I haven't seen it. It's just some people on the calls and then in the group have used the squeeze page and the capture pages that they're using as the product. They've used it in other opportunities and say that they really like them. And then there's a lead scraper as well and some ebooks. So.
Right. And now, do you know if we can use the ebooks as kind of a sign up to my list and you get this? Do we know if we can do that yet? Or
I haven't seen anybody mention either way, so I guess we'll have to wait and find that out too.
Because that would be an offer as well.
Yeah, so that would be either a private label rights, so PLR, or it'll state right on them if there's something that we can share with our team or share as a gift or whatever. So that we'll have to check that out.
Having something like that's always beneficial.
Always.
Hey, one thing I know is there's resellrights.com. They have a lot of good stuff you can use for that kind of a purpose.
I've picked up quite a handful of products just to have. It's good for some funnels, just to start off your funnel at the beginning with a free gift for your people, or just to send a free gift to your list sometimes if it fits with what your conversation has been with them, then keep giving them the value. Just looking for the latest post to see if we can get an update in the group here.
And we don't know what's going on with Jason. He's probably panicking right now. My internet's down.
What happened to Tammy? We lost Tammy. I think we lost Alfonso too. He's kind of down there.
So, Glenn, what kind of MLMs were you in? Or do you still work in them? What do you do in them?
Well, actually, I'm still involved with prepaid legal, and I'm not pushing it or anything. I'm using the service on occasion. But Monavie was another one. Was involved for a little while. I was never did very well with any of them, but I can see the value of going online because you got a heck of a big market compared to in your local town or friends, family.
So then, for example, Monavie, like, do they teach you how to market online, or is that stuff you would need to learn?
No, it's nothing about online at all. It's offline. And as far as I have experienced, I don't know these days. I haven't recently been involved with MLM, but when I was involved, which was, I think the last one was prepaid legal, was about 5 years ago, and it was all about recruiting friends, family, and never anything online.
Taps out.
Just it's an uphill battle there.
Yeah. Well, see, and that's the beauty of what we've got going on here is because the challenge with a lot of those products is getting it in front of the right people. So the companies themselves aren't telling you how to get them in front of the right people. They tell you to use your friends and family, which of course dries you out quickly.
Yeah.
So then you need to get it out in front of people, but you don't know how to get it in front of people, and they don't train you how to use the internet. So what we've got here with Race Cycler and this team of people that we're accruing is I know what we come with, and I'm listening to the conversations going on here, hearing what just came in with us, and I'm going, holy shit! I mean, we just expanded our marketing reach massively, so that when we start gathering people with these other companies that don't have this training inside of their systems, such as Monavie, like we were saying, I mean, look what the possibilities are, because then we can help them get online with their product, service, and all that stuff. It's really quite amazing, because that's the value that's going to happen inside of our group. Not to mention, once people come in and they invite 2 of their friends, they're going to get paid to learn inside of this group. It's a no-brainer. It really is.
Well, I've never been involved with any MLM that gave quite the support that Tammy has given me, and Alfonso last night he gave a great training webinar, and that's the reason I'm here is because of the support. I've never had an MLM give me as much support as this is my first online venture, so it's quite an experience. Good experience.
Good. I'm very excited.
I am very excited as well. Part of what makes me so excited about this opportunity is I really see it as something that can help some people who have been stuck in many other opportunities or companies. I think it will be a next level up for many people. That's the part.
I agree.
Really gets my heart beating. And it makes it exciting.
And
you guys are rock stars. It's only 10:40 here. Like what, 1:40 in back east, or later than that, 2:40.
Yeah.
It's 1:40. Wait, who's you're California? Oh, you kidding? Oh, you don't know Susan and I, Glenn.
We started this time.
Yeah.
Susan, where it's like, okay, Susan, it's almost 5 o'clock. I've got to go, or we're gonna keep talking. And it's like I've shut the computer and looked out the window, and the sky was starting to turn dark blue, like from the black. It was like turning light because we were up that long.
But we're not just chatting. I mean, we're chatting and laughing in between, but we're working on a project. So either we're writing copy or editing videos or creating, like we put together copy and then we make an animated video to use for in a funnel or something like that, or putting together some training for a boot camp that we do. So yeah, and we do it in the wee hours in the morning because sometimes you're the most creative at that time, and it's usually when my house is kind of in the quiet place that I can just stay.
Pretty neat.
Are you at northern or southern California?
Northern, the Sacramento area.
Sacramento. Is that
Oh, I've always wanted to visit that area.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I live south, and it's just too crowded down there.
too what?
A lot of people down there in Southern California.
So where do you mean southern then? What does that entail?
I was in Long Beach, which is outer LA, and there is a lot of people there. Southern California is, I would say, south of Monterey, somewhere in there. There's no definite line, but there's a southern and there's a northern. Southern is quite crowded, and I mean they're having water problems. So they need water. We pipe it down from Northern California so they can have water. And there's a lot of people down there. So.
What about San Diego? What's that like?
A lot of people like it. I mean, it's right on the border. It's get a trip to Mexico. It's not that far away, so it's a drive. It's just a little drive to Mexico. But Southern California is not much as far as weather changes. Winter and summer is just a slight difference in temperature. That's all.
I like that.
Yes, it's very mild climate. A lot of people like that, so I guess that's why it's so crowded.
And then what's it like up north where you're at in the winter?
A little. It's a little cooler. We do get snow on occasion, not very often. It doesn't stick, and unless you're up in the higher elevations. But very rare does it snow. But it gets cold enough to snow. It gets in 30 degrees regularly. So yeah, in the winter, and in the summer it can be like 100 plus, or it could be, today was pretty mild. It was high, I think, 80s or 85, somewhere in there.
With no humidity, correct?
Yeah, hardly ever humidity, yeah. Yeah, I've been back in Minnesota, and I tell you, humidity is, whoo, that makes a big difference.
Well, we get the humidity on this coast, too. Or like if you go south on this side of the country, Miami, humid.
Yeah.
Orlando is humid. Like anything in Florida.
Yeah.
But there, I guess it's not. But then they get earthquakes, or you do. What is that like?
I've been here. Let's see. I've been here in California because I was actually raised in New Hampshire. So I've been in California for 40 years. I've never felt an earthquake.
No.
Yeah, I've had people. Friends and family that said, "Did you feel that?" And in the middle of the night, I was still asleep. Heavy sleeper, I guess. But never felt one.
Okay.
But what are you involved in, you and Susan?
Wow, that's a big topic.
We're still recording.
Are you? Okay.
I'm sorry, I just have to be funny. Be nice.
I wasn't something bad.
All this online stuff is very new to me. Before I got involved with what I'm doing online, I knew nothing about online except, I'll go get on Amazon, buy something, and now I'm like Alice in Wonderland down the rabbit hole here. It's just wow.
There is.
I like it. I do. I like it. I mean, it's quite a world.
There is a lot to learn. When I came, well, I guess it's 2.5 years ago, I didn't know anything about it. I mean, I didn't even know how to work Facebook or anything. I didn't know anything either, and it's just so exciting. So much,
Yeah.
so much to learn. But my main focus is not really a company, though, and really neither is Michael's. That's probably why we get along so good. I coach. That's my passion. So I'll just tell you a little bit about myself, then it'll make sense. I was a critical care clinical registered nurse for 15 years, and that's kind of what I did in that. That was my passion, and that was coaching and mentoring student nurses and new nurses to our critical care unit and new programs or new equipment that came out. I just loved doing that, and I was a team leader. So I was in charge of the staff that came on and making sure that the rounds went smoothly with the doctors and coordinating communication between the doctors and the families and whatnot. Then 9 years ago, I was in a car accident, and I was no longer able to work in my career. So as a single mom with 2 kids, I spent kind of the first 5 years just kind of stuck, partly figuring out the injury and sorting through that. And then came the point where, okay, how am I going to make money now? So that's how I came online. And the first thing I started doing online was affiliate sales, so Amazon products and building websites and setting up classified ads and stuff like that. So I pieced it together came in from that angle. I thought I had to just become somebody else, like become a marketer. And then all of a sudden when I learned enough pieces and figured out, oh, I can do and be what I was before and focus on coaching and helping people. There's lots of people in that same position that I was before I came on. So either you have an injury that you can't work the same or it makes it harder to work, or an illness, or some other life change event or something, or single parents, or scenarios. So that's kind of my passion. And that's me. Michael's different, but we cross paths enough that we really enjoy training people together. So.
Yes, I love the training. I feel like I interrupted. Sorry.
Yeah, you tell your thing.
I'm actually, there's an update. I'm just going to give you guys this update.
Oh, please do.
It's from Kent. He says, stand by, just got off the phone with corporate, no need to worry, but I know a lot of people are staying up late, us included. I will be posting an administrative decision in about 20 minutes of when this will take off again. So it sounds like they're figuring some stuff out.
Okay.
And they're going to let us know in 20 minutes, and that was posted 10 minutes ago. So we will see what happens next.
Cool.
Yeah, because long story short, what it comes down to is there's a heavy influx of people coming into it. We have PayPal, and if the PayPal is going, whoa, we got to keep up with this, they've got to figure out how to adjust it, because they're going, wait a minute, this is just starting. We've got a shit ton of people coming in. We better fix this properly so we don't have to deal with it again. I think basically that's what's going on here. They just realize that, well, it's spread like wildfire.
Yep. Yeah, I think we're all in the right place at the right time, because I think there are a lot of people coming online looking at other alternative employment opportunities. And, I read an article before I even started this that basically the article said that there are more and more people coming online looking to do their own thing.
And what's interesting about that, what exactly you said right there, is up until this point in this product or this program, to do that, you would have to get online and you'd have to learn a bunch of stuff while paying a residual payment monthly, which is cool because, that's how, a lot of us learned it. But the thing is, that takes a long time. What we have here is a product that can get people in, get them going, get them in profit, so that when they focus on the long-term residual income product, because this should be layered with something long-term and residual, in my opinion, because then you got that monthly, you want to build that too, because the race cycler format is always about bringing in new people, where the residual is like, okay, well, new people are coming in, and then we just stack it, and they keep coming in. So it's having both is perfect. So we're having a way with this to give people money, go pretty much giving it to them. If they bring in 2 people, it comes. So then they can learn with us to sell whatever it is makes them happy. And that produces the residual. It's genius. So what you said right there, Glenn, is perfect, because the stacking of everything and the fact that we're starting out with people in bite-sized pieces, and I don't mean just like us here, I mean everybody who was on this panel earlier, everything I heard come out of everyone's mouth had to do with a different angle of marketing that I don't know necessarily. I've heard there was some pieces that they were like, oh, I do that too. Oh, I'm video. Oh, I know about that. But then like Craigslist, ooh, what's that? I've played with a little, but I don't touch it. So it's like we've just taken our dynamics and just opened them up, which makes it even more friendly for everybody, which is really cool. So it's yeah. I don't know if I went off topic. I think you'll learn I tend to ramble, Glenn.
Well, I've only been about 8 months involved in this, and there is a ton to learn.
There is, and here at least you can make money versus just pay for it. If that makes sense. Because a lot of the systems that train you, it's a residual. You pay it. They're like, well, you can pay to learn from this, and then you sell it. But then trying to sell it when you don't know how to sell anything, it's hard to sell, but you're still paying for it. And so that consistently goes on, and that burns people out. Especially when you hear, like, just sell it, just sell it, just sell it. You can do it, just sell it, just promote. And you're like, but what, how? So what we're going to be doing with our group here, which is really cool, our paid group within Race Cycler, is giving them little pieces so they can get moving quicker, and they can be in profit while they're doing it, so that whatever their other product is, let's say it's Empower Network or something like that. So they want to sell Empower, but Empower is amazing as the big picture, but the little pieces to get started, unless you're with one of the big teams, and even then, the teams are so big, there's just so much information. We're going to provide it in bite-sized pieces so that people can go, oh, that's what I need to do. And they're going to have money because they're inside of the cycler, and they're making money off of other people that are coming in as well. So they're going to be making money so that then they can do paid traffic to your funnels. And then they can communicate with their funnels. Because in one of those training systems like that, they're like, this is how you communicate with your list. But if you don't have a list, who do you have to communicate with? So it's kind of a double-edged sword if you just go that route. If you go this route, you can adapt that route in. You have 2 streams of income, and then you can actually market so you can get people in and do what those trainings are saying. So it's a whole. I'm very excited to see this and how it grows because of what I've experienced over the last 18 months. Because I used to work music industry, I had nothing to do with this. Like for 10 years, I was music and worked my way up and whatever, but that's a burnout. So, yeah, it's very interesting, though.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I mean, I have about 1,100 people in my Aweber account, but I haven't had any sales up to this point. But it's not that I don't believe I'll get sales. I really believe that it's going to come. It's going to click. It's just a matter of time.
Now, do you email them daily? I mean, that's a nice number to have on your list. Do you communicate with them?
I have through the company that I'm involved with, they have emails that go out to them as soon as they sign up to the list for, you know, one email a day or it's not every day, it's like every other day. So once that expires, no, I've done a few broadcasts, but not had much luck. My open rates are horrible. So.
Well, see, and that's something that you can play with. So if you watch, do you know how to use Aweber? So do you know how to segment your list?
Yeah.
Do you segment often? So let's say X% opens the emails. Do you then take Y%, segment the email, right? Resend it, like segment the list, and then change the subject. Because there's essentially 4 different types of people, and I can't recall them off the top of my head at this moment. But some people like to be told what to do. Some like to be nudged. Some people like it to be their idea. You know, so if you rephrase that same subject line different ways, and you keep resending the same email, you'll continuously get more opens. So that's just a little trick to repurpose, and that's great about segmenting, and why I like Aweber actually, because you can do that because you can get people to open things that they didn't open. Just something to play. Just something to play with. I don't know if I can mute myself.
Yeah, I went to that No Excuses Summit and learned a lot from there. So I'm going to try. I've been concentrating on trying to improve my copywriting skills. You know, that's something I'd like to get involved with, improve my copywriting skills so I can be more effective with my emailing. So working on that.
Yeah, that would be combined with getting the open rates. So the segmenting is going to teach you how to get the opens. And then the copywriting, because once you write it, you won't really know how it works until you get people to open it. So that's where it's just the subject line. That's the key on that one. But then something I've learned is ask a lot of questions to get people in their heads.
In the subject line?
No, well, you can do that too. Yeah, you can do a question in the subject line, but in the body, relate to people. Like, know who you're talking to, and then say, do you know what I mean? How would this feel if, you know, what would you think if? And it's like, so that people like automatically go into their heads. If I told you not to think about, like you've heard that one, right? If I told you not to think about a pink elephant, what's the first thing you think about? It's the pink elephant, right? So, you know, don't think about a pink elephant. You're like, shit, I just did, you know? So if you use things like that, that's a little bit NLP, but that's a whole different topic. But using things, if you use a lot of questions, open closes, just to get people to think, oh, what if? Oh, what would I like? Oh, what, you know, then it puts them in their head. And then Susan also uses an approach where she will, in the middle of an email, throw a random phrase where it's like, what the hell was that about? But then you continue to read it because it threw you off. And I saw it one time. I'm like, I didn't get that. I had read it a couple times, and then I kept going. She's like, yeah, I did that on purpose. So I don't know. There's just so many different things and techniques, but you've got a list of 1,200. You should just dissect it. Just dissect it. Dig in there. Where did you get them?
Solo ads.
Solo ads.
Yeah.
And what? How long ago did all of this?
Oh, my first solo ad was 4 months ago, I think. I'm guessing about 4 months ago.
So you can still get to them. I would say start participating, especially once we're live with this and we have results to show. Because people will like that. You know, I just made this. There's that, which is kind of hypey and pitchy, but if you toss a video in there, they'll like it. Do you run a blog as well?
No, that's something I've been interested in lately, is do a blog or a website. What I'd like to do, because I'm involved with several programs, is if instead of doing ads for each program, rather having an ad for a website with all the programs in the website. That's what I want to do. You know, kind of like a funded proposal type of deal.
I've recently heard about that. But then it depends on if you're running traffic to something, then it's going to be a little tougher because it's different targets. Like depending on it sounds like you have 3 things you're working with.
About 4.
4. So
4 or 5.
You got to figure out your target market for each one because they might be different people. For example, I was working, and the last thing I was working with, we launched it and it just didn't go. I'm still with it. I'm still waiting. I'm not marketing it at all. Because I'm just kind of holding out, waiting for the owners to get their shit together, if you will. But one of my guys in there who's a friend, and he signed up with me, and he's been following me for a while, but he was saying, he really wants, focus on, going towards marketing tools. Meanwhile, his wife is kicking ass in, what is it? DSD, what is that? Dropship domination? Yes, it's the one where you sell something. No, you basically copy an ad from Amazon and then you sell it on eBay.
Yeah, I heard that's kind of tough to do.
Well,
it's a lot, quite time-consuming.
It's a different mindset, and it's really interesting. And this is where the coaching comes in because I coached him on this. Because she's doing well at that, and she's making money. Now, I've looked at that. I actually thought about it for a while, and I looked at it, and I went through the training, and I wanted to throw up because of the math. I just can't. No. And my guy who was with me in the other thing, and we're still together in that, and we're going to still stay connected, and he'll get in this as well once I cycle through once, like tomorrow, and make $2,200, and he's going to be like, okay, I'm in. So, but anyway, he was trying to talk about going to sell other things. I'm like, why don't you help Patricia or Portia? Why don't you go help Portia market this? Because DSD, in addition to making the money in the flipping part of the products, you can also make money in building a team. Well, his wife doesn't have time to build the team, and he has no interest in doing the flipping. And I go, what a perfect combination you have. Because she can do the parts you don't want, and you can do the parts she doesn't want, and you can both make money together, as opposed to being separated. So, where did this drift from? I drifted. I don't know where this came from.
No, it's cool.
I think, long story short, it has to do with how, everything works online. There's so many different angles. That part makes her happy. That part makes him happy, but they're two different pieces. And people who have this mind don't have the other mind. It's like you're one or the other. And you're clearly a creative person, so you're more of you want to connect with people.
I think that motivates me more than anything. I like the way Tammy takes people under her wing, and I mean that's very. I would like to be a mentor, also. I'm attracted to helping people out more. I mean, money of course has got to be there, otherwise you can't do it. But that attracts me more than anything is being able to help people. There's some satisfaction there. Be able to help people.
You're definitely in the right place here, then, because that's exactly what you can do. And the fact that it's only a $230 one time to get all this value is amazing, as opposed to $90 a month, or $30 a month, or $50 a month.
Yeah, the monthlies will kill you. Yeah.
Well, they can, especially if you're just paying for them and you're not earning from them.
Yeah.
In this situation, you can pay for it if you invite 2 people. You're gonna get paid to stay here. it's genius because
Yeah.
the whole no jumping thing, it just keeps pulling in. And from what I'm paying attention to and what I've noticed just from the group that I saw tonight, and what I know of Jason, and what I know of Susan, and what I know of Kimberly, who you don't know, and what I know of even myself, like the friends that I have and where we all come from and the mindset they're in, once I start producing results with this, I'm not even going to try. I'm going to just go like, hey, I just did this in this amount of time. And they're going to be like, okay, I'm in. It's going to be that easy. And you're going to be able to do the same thing.
Cool.
I'm
excited.
Do you have MLM friends?
I do, but they've tried and failed so often that they're kind of like, I'm done with this.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you produce the kind of results you're going to produce, do you have your two?
What?
You have two?
Friends?
For in here.
Oh, no.
No.
I don't have anybody yet.
Okay. Well, once you get even one, and you start cycling, and then you get the second one, and you start cycling those numbers, your friends who are burnt out and don't want to try will be interested again. They haven't lost it. What I've been doing with my friends, just as a thought, to try with yours, like, hey, I'm connected to this group, and they're going to be providing a lot of value, and the income that can be produced off of this is pretty amazing. If I turn over this kind of number, do you want me to get back to you? And use the 2,200. It's like if I make 2,200 in this amount of time, would you be interested in? Well, should I get back to you? And they're going to say yes.
Yeah.
And then when you do that, you go back to them, and they're going to say okay, because you will produce results with this. That's the nice part. So
cool. Susan, you took a cat nap?
No, I had to answer a call.
Oh. So we should be pretty close. That 10 minutes is.
Let's
talk about Michael.
Jason posted the update, so they're gonna call it. They're gonna call it a night and start at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
8 p.m.
Yeah. Tomorrow night.
Oh.
Okay.
Then maybe I can go to the thing that I wasn't going to go to.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Susan, Michael.
Nice to meet you too, Glenn.
Pleasure to meet you.
It was a
I
pleasure.
think we'll have lots of contact.
Yeah. I'd like to see this continue. I mean, I'm enjoying this Google Hangout stuff. Because, I don't have any like-minded people that I know that can appreciate what I'm experiencing.
For sure. What I found, it took me a year to get comfortable being on video, but it really humanizes the digital kind of part of the online marketing. And when you get on video in a panel like this, like we've all just been really getting to know each other a lot tonight, and at the same time, we're still doing value. So it's not like it is like we're sitting around in the living room together kind of, but this is still putting value towards our business because we're improving our relationship. We've talked about some strategies, and I'm sure we've all moved forward quite a step tonight in our team building together. So
I can't even tell you, Susan, how excited I am about the people that I've met tonight.
I know. What a wonderful panel we've had.
And we've drifted on and off topic and whatnot, but just from the conversations that we've been having and the visions that people have, and I know you and I work together, so we're like used to each other, like it's normal for us. But it's like meeting these new people and they match in so many different aspects of this that I'm so excited.
Yeah. So, Glenn, you'll be addicted now. You'll just want to do something hang-up all the time.
I do like it. Yeah. It was a real cool experience.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to stop the broadcast because we're
all right.
Good night now, right? So, anybody that's watching, ciao, and thanks for hanging out with us. We don't usually go this long, and we're often a little more structured, but anyway, we will see y'all tomorrow.
Yeah.